probably in the same boat as being part of a campus concept, and so consequently I tried to set that aside at the time, and I'm glad that the chair pointed that out again this evening. What I would recommend is that we would receive this evening, and that we would give affected agencies, affected groups, the ability to respond in writing to us in a month. Give them a month, have it be sent to the chair of the committee, that would be Councillor Zaleva, so that we can then take a look at it. But we do need to get to the minister. The challenge that we have is that perhaps there wasn't enough communication. But we've got that tonight. And I'm a firm believer that if we tell people what we're thinking, maybe they'll be able to see what they're thinking can actually dovetail with where we want to go. And that is to keep Niagara District open. We cannot live in silos. We have to get out of those silos. Elsewise, there's no communication. There's no change. And you know, we're not into education. You know, you're talking about leaving it to the parents. Well, it may be bigger than that too, Counselor. Because we don't do education. But we're trying to do what's best for Niagara-on-the-Lake. And you know, we're here because parents associated with Niagara District came to us many months ago and said, can you help us? At the same time, we were approached probably 5 or 6 years ago, and Lord Mayor, you'll remember perhaps better than I, we were approached by the new Director of Education, a couple of superintendents, a couple of managers came. We had a meeting right in there. And they said to us at that meeting, they didn't want to close Niagara District. And so I thought, well, that was a pretty good start. Unfortunately, we never got to where anything else happened, because as soon as, you know, not very long after that, all of the processes started, and all of the arc started, and there were silos during the arc. I attended the meetings too, and people were in their camps, and they didn't venture too far out. And perhaps that's because people vote with their hearts, and their hearts put them there, and that's fine. But we need to go past that. And we're here because Niagara District's closure is detrimental to the fabric of this town. And it doesn't matter whether you're Catholic, or whether you're a Mennonite, or whether you're atheist, or whether you're a Christian. It's detrimental to the fabric of this town. Because a town should be a place where people live, work, and play together. Where they can do things without having to leave. Sure, lots of folks leave Niagara-on-the-Lake to work. But lots of folks come to Niagara-on-the-Lake to work. Just look at 55 on the way in and out in the morning. And you know, if you take that high school out, why would I move here? Why would I help fill out those numbers that our agent told us that we were going to grow to in the next 15 to 20 years? Why would I come to Niagara-on-the-Lake if my child can't go to high school here? And you know, we have to get past the heart concept too, because education does represent 20% of the total budget of Ontario, at least 20% of the total budget of Ontario. You know, you look at where government spends its money, it's health, education, and welfare. Okay, where do we spend our money? We spend it on roads, sewers, water lines. For the province, it's health, education, and welfare. 20% of it is education, and there is no oversight in that. Try to find out where the money's going next year. I attended a board meeting this year, and in 10 minutes they passed their budget. 10 minutes, no debate. Well, they did debate a little bit. They actually took, is it $4 million out of reserves to pay for fund that they don't have. No oversight. And that's, I think, what we as Community Schools Alliance and what we as a community think there should be some oversight. How is the money, I'm sorry, how is the money being spent? There is no review. A bad decision cannot be reviewed. You can only review the process of making that bad decision. That's not good enough in today's society. When you're spending that kind of money, not good enough in my mind. And so, you know, we're here for all sorts of reasons. Did the DSBN make a bad decision to close Niagara District? I believe they did. I believe everyone in this room thinks they did. But how do we right that? Unless we get out of our silos, unless we work together. And perhaps we have a month where people can do that, where people who want to keep Niagara District open can let us know, can let the chair know, so that we can put things right in this report. Are there errors? Yeah, I found some. Okay? And we can fix them. We asked the board to give us a 5-year, 500-student commitment. They said no. We asked the board to partner with us in IB, and they did. We asked the board to help us find international students. They didn't. And in fact, they told us they didn't want us to have too many. That's in the document. We asked the board to partner with us and put a community center as part of the campus. They never responded. Eventually, they said no. But they took us up to such a point where we had to make a decision because the monies we were getting have to be spent before March of next year. We did speak with Mr. Crockett, and quite rightly he said, I'm not getting involved at this point. We did talk to him. But whatever happens, we need to do something to keep Niagara District open. And I still think that one of the things, and this got cherry-picked out of the ARC report, one of the things that was in the ARC report was, let's have a right-sized school. Remember that? Let's have a right-sized school. Let's have a new school to replace Niagara District and make it right-sized. You know, if that had happened, people would come. They go to new, nice new places. People want a nice new school for their Virgil students. Okay? They would show up at a nice new high school. And I know that because I spent 32 years in the business, and every new school that went in had an increase in that population. Every new program that came to a school had an increase in population. So, Lord Mayor, I hope that we'll have some time to digest all of this. I hope that we'll have some time to move forward. I hope that the folks who are here tonight and their partners, when they go out and speak in their groups, will let us know what they think we can do to make this a better document. We want to make it a better document. We must get to the minister. Okay? And again, we have to get to the minister because the fabric of Niagara-on-the-Lake will be torn apart if that school disappears. The rest of us can mend after that. But we will mend a little slower if we don't have a school.
Thank you, Council.